Hi there. I'm wondering if you've ever felt overwhelmed by your emotions. For me, I tend to shut down or avoid by overworking. So if you ever see me furiously scrubbing like way too much the back of the pantry or detailing my car, like for hours, I'm probably feeling overwhelmed by something because I mean, let's be honest, who does that stuff when they're feeling really great? But what I've learned is that although it may be nice that my car is clean, so clean that I could eat off the floor possibly, my feelings don't just go away. I have to find a way to actually feel the feelings. So, having some strategies to turn down the volume of the intensity are crucial. For many, the recent floods have caused plenty of people to feel overwhelmed. That's why Hope for the Journey has created our two upcoming support groups. One is happening this week, and we still have some openings, so you can still grab a spot. But we've created them to combine Sandtray therapy and EMDR. It's a lot to explain those two types of therapy. So without getting too technical, let me just say that these two techniques, when used together, allow people to start to feel less overwhelmed without feeling the need to find the perfect words or really to even share their stories. In fact, we're not going to be encouraging people, and we're going to be redirecting people when they want to start talking about their stories. That's not what this is going to be about. Let me give you an example to help explain it. So when you're doing Sandtray, there's going to be some trays out that have sand. I think we might be using lima beans just to keep down the mess because we've been donated this space and we want to make sure that we're respectful of the space. But anyway, you'll have these trays that you'll have, and it will have lima beans in it, so it looks like sand. And there will be all these different objects out there, and you'll be instructed to, we'll go through a couple of things and give you some instructions, and you'll go and pick out some pieces that you're going to use in your sand tray. And so let's say that I picked this. So this is a stone and it says center on it. It could be a little miniature animal. It could be a thing of Scotch tape. It's whatever you're led towards. It just feels right. And so let's say that I pick this. And for me, what I'm picking here is that I have recognized that since the floods, I'm struggling to center myself. I just feel like things are out of control and that time is moving way too fast, and I just want to be centered. So I'm going to put this in my world to represent centering. And then I might put other items around it that might look to what I need. So as we're doing this, I don't have to necessarily go into the story, but it's the most amazing thing. So with Sandtray, what I'm going to be doing is bringing my attention to what I need. I'm going to be bringing my attention to the resources around me and my strengths internally and externally, and all of that comes out in the sand tray. And so once I realize that what I need is centering, all of this is subconscious, it's kind of buried down. So when we go and we build our sand tray, a lot of what we're feeling gets revealed in this way. And I realize that I need to feel centered. Maybe I think about a memory where I felt really centered and safe and secure. And that starts to make my body feel as if I start to have emotions about feeling centered. Maybe I feel more sturdy. My muscles feel a little bit more kind of straightened up. Maybe I notice my breathing is starting to slow down. And then what we'll do is we'll start tapping slowly when there's something positive like that going on. And this is the EMDR part of it. And the EMDR part really helps everything to increase there. So if I'm starting to feel more breath, more ability to breathe, I'm going to tap slowly at the direction of the therapists that are going to be there. And then I'm going to pause and I'm going to feel something different. If I don't, then I'll have some instructions. If I feel better, I'll have some instructions. If I feel worse, then you'll have some instructions to shift things around so that we can get to the place where really your nervous system can get turned down, so that then when you think about talking about the floods and the experience, if this happened to you directly or if it happened to someone that you love and care about, what happens is that you're able then to bring in a sense of being centered to that discussion, to those emotions. And it really does help turn down the volume and make it so that it feels tolerable to do the work of grieving that comes after such a traumatic event. I would love to hear your questions about this. If you have any, depending on where you're watching this, if it's an email, reply to it. If it's online or in social media, make a comment. I would love to talk more about this. I'm just giving you an itty bitty little snippet about Sandtray and EMDR therapy. And if you've had experiences using Sandtray and EMDR therapy, please let me know in the comments. But if you are someone who has experienced some trauma from the floods, or know someone that has and it's still stuck with you, or you want to share this, please do share it. We do have some spots left, and we would love to get those spots filled up. It's a free support group, one in Cedar Park on the 20th at 6 to 8:30, and one in Austin on the 27th from 6 to 8:30. Come and join us. Thanks.